The Guam Power Authority has agreed to a radical revision of its original rate hike request. Instead of what would have amounted to a 7 to 8% rate hike over 5 years, GPA has now agreed to seek only a 1.8% increase, which would be in effect for just 1.5 years. CCU Chairman Simon Sanchez says the revision is the result of ongoing negotiations with Georgetown Consultants and the Department of Defense.
There's some hard negotiations going on. Everyone's concerned about rate increases, and the GPA as well. And so as part of the compromise, in order to reduce the requested rate increase, GPA agreed to reduce its expenses by $3 million a year. So we're going to just cut our costs, find ways to do things for less. And as a result of needing $3 million a year less in operating expenses, that came a long way towards helping us agree to a lower rate increase than was originally requested.
The original rate hike request would have meant an increase in the average residential customer's power bill of between $12 and $13 a month over 5 years. However, the revised request means an increase of only $3 to $4 over a year and a half. In exchange, Sanchez says that GPA will cut its own costs.
How are you going to reduce expenses by $3 million?
We're just not going to. We're going to look at payroll. We're going to look at contracts. We're going to look at repair and maintenance. We're going to look at all the things that are paid for in a base rate, except for debt service, which we can't touch. And we just agreed to reduce our spending. We hear the community. We hear concerns of the consultants. We know the PUC is very concerned, and so. We feel as part of that process, could we tough it out with less? GPA has said yes, we will. We'll make some sacrifices.
The provision to migrate to the true cost of service also remains a part of the rate package under consideration. Business customers now subsidize residential customers. Shifting to true costs will mean added costs for residential customers.
The 1.8 will still be charged to all customers sort of in the aggregate, but the residential customer rate would bump up a little more than.
And the provision to adjust the LEAC 4 times a year instead of the current twice annually has been tabled. The PUC is holding 3 public hearings this week on the revised package. If they approve, the changes would take effect in May. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.